Welcome back to Kingdom Self Business, where we empower you to be the best and dominate the world. I'm David Babs Ajibade, your host. Today, I want to try to answer a question that touches our essence. Who are you? This question beckons to whether we are conscious of who we really are. When God made the universe and man, He finished the job. Are we conscious of this finished work? Today, I want to touch on 5 areas of consciousness that will lead us to who we are. Please note the term man in this context is unisex, meaning male or female. First, consciousness, composition of man. We are a body with a soul made from a spirit in the image and likeness of God, with similar capabilities as God to carry out an assignment for a short period, about 120 years these days. Second, consciousness, dominion mandate. Our assignment is given by God in line with His plan, intent, and purpose. Remember, when God completed the work of creation, everything was perfect. Then God made man to rule, that is, dominate it and keep it in perfection. We understand this from the first man, Adam, when God provided everything and told Adam to tend the garden, that is, keep it in its beauty and perfection. Visit the link in the description to access other videos and books that can give more details of this. Third, consciousness, the free will. God gave man a free will to choose what to do, just like Himself. Free will is the nature of God to have a power to create. It means man has the capacity to create new things like God, if he so desires. Evil was already in the environment of man before man was made. But man did not know evil existed until Adam ate the fruit of knowledge of good and evil. This demonstrated the power of free will as well. Since then, man continuously must make a choice between good and evil. Evil causes imperfection, but good causes perfection. One of God's plan, intent, and purpose is perfection of the world, just like it is in heaven. However, man must continuously choose between good and evil. Fourth, consciousness, the perfection plan. Everyone has a role to play in the perfection plan. If a man chooses by his free will to focus on the perfection of the heart, his role in the perfection plan will be revealed to him. What does this mean? There is so much chaos and problems in the environment of man. Remember, evil was already present from the beginning. If a man is not at peace with his environment and decides by his free will to solve any of those problems, then his life purpose will be revealed to him. That means it is possible for man not to be at peace with his environment and yet decides to do nothing. Revelation of purpose is only given to those that are ready to partner with God to bring back perfection into the world. Though God designed every man to play a role in the perfection plan, He waits for man to make such decision to partner with Him. The principle is, can two work together except they agree? We have seen this in relationship as well. If two people are disturbed by the same problem and they decide to agree to solve the problem, it's just a matter of time. That problem will be solved. Another example says, if two or more shall agree on anything on earth, nothing shall be withheld from them. One shall chase 1,000, but two shall chase 10,000. This is 10 times instead of 2 times. However, this agreement is a spiritual agreement and not physical. Remember, the real man is a spirit and not the body. Many times, people have agreed with one another bodily or physically, but their spirits are in conflict. Similarly, if the 3 parts of man, that is his body, soul, and spirit, shall agree on anything, nothing shall be withheld from them. Our assignment in KSB channel is to help people to manifest this agreement in line to maintain perfection in the world. Remember, the environment of man starts with his immediate one, usually his family, and extends to the universe, under the surface of the heart, on the surface of the heart, and above the surface of the heart. Man has been given dominion over this environment. Only his spirit, soul, and body must agree. Our objective today is to explore how this agreement can be struck. Fifth, consciousness, guidance. Since evil is already present in the environment of man, man must be conscious of this. To overcome evil, he needs the guidance of God to carry out his assignment. This guidance comes from the relationship, that is, the agreement between the Spirit of God and the spirit of man. Please note here the definition of good and evil. Good is anything that causes the equilibrium and perfection of the heart, whereas evil is anything that causes disequilibrium and imperfection of the heart. This implies that some things that people call good might be evil. Disobedience to use of a product contrary to the manufacturer's recommendation, according to this definition, is also evil. For example, if you put an iPhone in direct exposure to heat or infrared rays at 120 degrees Fahrenheit for a long period of time, the iPhone might stop working temporarily. At that point, you contrast with the manufacturer's recommendation and warning. Since this is not good for the iPhone, it is termed evil according to our definition. Another example, if you have an exceptional ability to sing and you choose to be in an environment where singing is forbidden, you contrast with the harmony of your spirit, soul, and body. This is considered evil against your spirit. An understanding of these 5 areas of consciousness will help you to quit that environment to where you can restore harmony between your spirit, soul, and body. Let's stop at the 5 areas of consciousness today and dive more on the topic, who are you? Remember, we are a combination of our spirit, soul, and body. Our spirit is our original self. God is spirit and relates only with our spirit. Our assignment is given to our spirit. However, only the physical body can execute this assignment at the instance of our spirit. Our spirit does this through another invisible part called the soul. Likewise, the body relates to the spirit through the soul. This makes the soul so powerful in the realm of things in our environment. What is the soul then? The soul is tripartite as well. It is a combination of your will, mind, and emotions. Remember, we identified earlier that God gave man a free will. This will is part of the soul. The will is our decision maker. A strong will makes definitive decisions, and a weak will makes inconsistent decisions. God's intent is for our will to be strong. One of the duties of a parent is to train his children to be strong-willed. The will makes the decision between good and evil all the time. The outcome of the future of man is based on the decision of the will. However, the will is influenced by 2 other parts of the soul, the mind and the emotions. What is the mind? The mind is part of the soul that relates directly with our spirit. It also helps the will to make decisions almost automatically. That makes the mind the most influential part of the soul. The spirit deposits into the mind and the mind deposits into the spirit. The mind is essentially made of 2 parts, the outer mind, which is called the conscious mind, and the inner mind, often called the subconscious mind. The subconscious mind is a part of the mind that relates with the spirit and the will, our emotions. Our emotions is a feedback mechanism that gives perception of whether something is good or evil. The outer mind is essentially composed of 5 senses: sight, smell, hearing, touch, and taste. We like to add a 6th sense called the feeling. All these give perception of the body to external stimuli. The frequency and intensification of these stimuli influences our emotions to cause a deposit into our subconscious mind. The will taps into these deposits in the subconscious mind to make quick and definitive decisions. The spirit likewise taps into whatever is in the subconscious mind to strike an agreement or disagreement with the body. If deposits in the subconscious mind are in harmony with what the spirit wants, an agreement between the body, soul, and spirit is struck. This is the perfect state of man that causes man to express his dominion authority in his unique environment, that is, his domain. This is the state of creativity where man exercises his kingship, authority, and maximizes his potential to solve problems in his domain, in line with restoring equilibrium and perfection of the universe. On the contrary, if the deposits in the subconscious mind are not in harmony with what the spirit desires, there will be a conflict between the body, soul, and spirit. This is the imperfect state of man that causes oppression of man in his environment. This is a state of struggle, frustration, and displeasure. At this state, man doubts his ability to dominate. He then begins to operate far less than his potential. However, an understanding of the 5 areas of consciousness mentioned above will help him to restore this harmony. To learn more about how to restore the state of harmony between the body, soul, and spirit, and continuously prevent conflict, please subscribe and check out our other videos on this topic. Remember, you are a tripartite self, just like God is tripartite. Your 3 parts, spirit, body, and soul, must agree to experience the highest states of your dominion, authority, and creativity. A disagreement between these 3 parts lead to frustration, disappointment, and working far less than your potential. An understanding of the role of these 3 parts and how to cause harmony between them will lead to a better understanding of who you are. If you like this video, please press the like button, share and subscribe to KSB channel to get more videos like this. Until next time, stay blessed and keep the consciousness of your tripartite.